Hello and welcome to another Mailwright Workshop. I'm Adam Brown, co-founder, and I'm here with the one and only
Jonathan Denwood.
That's right. He is the founder, and he's got just a bunch of knowledge, and we have a lot of wisdom to share with you. We want to do it for free. We know things are tough. The market's tough. Some are still killing it out there, and we want to give you tips so that you can crush it too. And so today what we're going to talk about is basically the best real estate newsletter engagement strategies. So if you're not doing a newsletter or an e-newsletter, if you're not emailing those things out, if you don't have a CRM, we want to help you with that. We want to inspire you to do that. Also give you some tools and tips along the way. So ready to jump into this, Jonathan?
I am, Adam. I am.
Okay.
All pumped up, Adam.
Yes. And it's Friday. I don't know where people are or what they're doing, but happy Friday. If it's not Friday, happy whatever day. So, all right. So first thing is regularly scrubbing your email list. So share a little bit more what you mean exactly.
Yeah. So, like the money's in your database, folks. You should be, everybody that contacts you, you should have some CRM system, some basic one. We provide a really nice one at Mailwright. It's not a really difficult one to use because a bit like what Tom Ferry has said on his YouTube channel and on his website, the best CRM is the one that you use.
That's true too. That's probably more true than people realize, right?
Yeah. So anybody that contacts you in any shape or form, you need to keep them in your database, in your CRM. And that's how you build your newsletter list. You should have your landing pages on your website. That's why you should have your own website, you need to be building your database, your email list, and then you send out a regular newsletter to them. But the thing is, in a year period, about 1/5 to 1/4 of the emails that you've obtained for a year will no longer be effective. Either people move job, they get sacked, they decide to use a different email service. So why is this important? Well, if you keep sending email and they're what is called a soft bounce, i.e. the email system still identifies that it's getting to the end point of its journey through the internet, but it's not being opened, that can affect how your email is sent out in general. And as you get more soft bounces, hard bounces is that it gets halfway through the journey and it stops. That's called a hard bounce.
Like the email's not even correct or something now because they moved on.
Well, it's getting to a certain level of the server network that's sending out these email and it's not getting anywhere. And that's called a hard bounce. The soft bounce is it's done its journey and it's got to the end point, but it's not been opened, right?
Yeah.
There's a lot more to this, but I want to keep it simple, folks.
Yeah, there's a couple tools.
We don't want to get too techy at the end of the week, do we, folks? But if you get more soft bounces, that will affect your ability of all your email to get into people's inboxes. So there are services out there. There'll be some links in the show notes of this video. I'll make sure I put them in that aren't that expensive. So you can upload an Excel spreadsheet and it will do a test. And it will tell you the ones that are soft bounces, and you scrub those, and you just download the new list. And you want to do that at least once a year, but it just depends on the size of your list.
Okay, and we'll include the links on the couple that you have in the notes. So okay. Hey, if you like these workshops, if they're helping you in any way, we'd love for you to give us a thumbs up. share it, comment, and also hit that subscribe button so you're notified when our new and upcoming videos come out. So thanks again for joining us. And interact, engage with us. It makes it even more fun too. So, all right. Second thing is creating a recognizable newsletter template. Now, templates are important, right?
Yeah. There was a fad a while ago to just utilize plain text. Don't have any graphics. But I think for a monthly
boring.
Well, for a monthly newsletter, you want to reinforce your branding as part of this process. And if you're scrubbing your list, if you're utilizing a service like MailRite, because our servers are some of the best in the industry, so you can be pretty assured that your emails do get to the inbox, because we advise you about scrubbing, and it's a great service, the MailRite email service. But you do want your branding, and we can help you. We've got a nice template that we provide, but for your newsletter, if you want a real custom solution, we can help you with that as well. But you want a nice logo, you want it logo, and you can go to the next level. And having consistent branding means that people have the reassurance that they can identify, well, that's Bill's email. I get it and it normally has some good content. I'll give it a quick look over this lunchtime or this coffee break just to see how the market's going. And he normally got some good info in it. So consistent branding, that branding that is linked to your own website and to your other marketing activities.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, that's good. Okay, and then the third thing is subject line, and I feel like between keywords and stuff, people still don't totally recognize the importance of a subject line. So, how important is a subject line in these emails, and with the scrub list in particular?
Well, don't overdo it. There are certain words like free offer. Or there's certain words that if they're in the headline of your email, that's the subject line. That's the subject line that people see in their inbox, folks. There's certain that will trigger filters that will mean that you might get they might not get into the inbox. But there's another side to this. You don't want to really, and I used to be terrible at this. I've learned the hard way. You don't want your tagline to be too long. 5-6 words at the most. And
there's kind of a fine line.
Yeah, and be honest with yourself, folks. If you got that, if that tagline was in your inbox, would you open it yourself?
Yeah.
Just be honest. If it's like example, the fourth quarter's market analysis for 2023, would you open that? Would that really, or would it be better? Real insights about how the market is going in the last part of the year.
Yeah.
Which one sounds more interesting? I would suggest that the second one sounds. Don't we all get these kind of very dry email titles and it's delete, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, and on the other side of it, I also get emails where it's specifically for my neighborhood, and I know it's going to be a market update for my neighborhood. So I'm going to open it, I'm going to read, I'm going to click because I'm curious what that is.
Yeah.
Right. So that's getting a little deeper into the email lists and grouping and
I think you made a really great point there, Adam. You're spot on.
Yeah. So, okay. So subject line. Fourth thing is compelling content, which content is queen, or is it king? You
queen.
Decide.
I'm not going to go there. There was going to be a bit of English humour there, or I think it's humour. let's be frank about it. All the stuff that we've talked about will help your opening rates, but if the content's crap, folks, nothing's. I was even going to say something even more.
I know you probably were.
Yeah, but I thought I'd just tone it down. If it's absolute offers
rubbish,
no value, no value to your talk, and I'm not having it can't be all inspiring every month, folks.
Yeah.
I'm not talking. You really got to go by the industry standards and just try and be a bit better with the industry standard opening rates.
Yeah.
But consistent reasoning, good. And that's about the other things that we've talked about in these workshop videos, folks, is about finding a niche.
Mm-hmm.
If you find your niche and your website's about your niche, your content of your newsletter is going to be more targeted. Your database is going to be more targeted. Everything's going to fit together better.
Yeah.
So in some ways, it's all linked. Would you agree with that, Adam?
Yeah, totally. And be resourceful, because I do like when I open up emails, even if they're marketing ones, and I'm like, oh wait, that's actually like super helpful. That was a good reminder, or I didn't know that event was this weekend, or if it's something like that where it's useful, it's practical, it's resourceful, right? It's going to help us.
The way I would do it, Adam, and I do this with my own newsletter, is I have a main topic and I do a bit of write-up, and then I have a sidebar area or a section underneath where I have a mini title and a little write-up and the link. And if I was a real estate agent, it would be one topic for the main content, and the sidebar and that would have links to local events or local information.
Perfect.
Find useful. And if they didn't find the main content topic that interesting for that particular, they can still find value by skimming the local event or what's going on in that. So they would still find value. So you'll reduce the possibility of them deleting it and saying that unsubscribing. Basically, that's how I'll deal with it, Adam.
Yeah, and make sure if you're using links that they are not dead links, that they actually go somewhere. And even better if they go to your website and you have like a calendar of events on your own website, because that's good for SEO and stuff.
Yeah, and the great thing of using is the other content. You're just becoming a curator. You just keep a folder, and whatever comes on your radar, you save it, you bookmark it, you save it in a folder in your browser, and then when it comes to do your newsletter, you just go to that folder for that particular month. You see what you saved, and then you see what might be interesting, and you add it to your newsletter. It doesn't have to be jet science here, folks, and it doesn't really have to be a real burden either.
Yeah, and if you're using a template like we talked about in number 2, that just makes the whole process easier too, saves you time. So, all right, last but not least, the 5th thing is analytics. So why is this important to look at the analytics?
Well, it's a bit like website analytics. You don't have to go that crazy. Our system will give you some basic analytics. And I think that's the way to go. You just want to see how many people opened the thing, how many unsubscribed, how many soft bounces you've got. That's all you need to know. And you can go a lot further, especially if you've got bigger lists, because you can do A to B testing when you change the titles. But that's more the pro level side, where you're sending out tens of thousands to hundreds of thousands of email. I really don't think, because most of what we're talking about here, folks, is a tight list, a smaller list, something between 300 to maybe 1,000, 2,000. I know other brokerages and other people send a lot more. You know, that's when the analytics come, more analytical data and ability become more important. But having some basic things that you put in a spreadsheet, just you know, so you can look back each month and see if your opening rate's going down or going up. I do think that's helpful.
Yeah, because, you know, what's that saying about if you don't measure it, right? You have no way of knowing how to improve it if you're not looking at what's working or what's not working. So make sure you check out even the basic ones to have a good idea so you can adjust accordingly. So, all right, anything else to wrap it up?
No, and if you want more info, you want more advice, let's go to the mel-wright.com website. You can book a chat with either me and Adam, 30 minutes. You know, I'm more than happy to go into a little bit more detail about what works. Feel free to book it, folks. We're always there to help you out.
Yeah, and if you're looking for a website, if you're having trouble with getting reviews, if you need help with social media and scheduling that, we have a full CRM, and it can be as simple or as in-depth as you need it to be. It will work in general for most of you out there, and we'd love to give you a free demo of that too. So check out mel-wright.com. And we got different plans that can fit your budget, especially right now. It's a great time to get into this. So yeah, thanks again, and we will see you on the next one.